What single hero has the highest win percent change in Divine, which is the highest MMR bracket
in the entire game
in the past 8 weeks? No cheating, go.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Techies. Techies has the highest win percent change in the entire game in Divine bracket at 7.3%. So it started at 44.3% and ended at 51.6%, which is a 7.3 increase, which in Dota land is huge. So why is this hero so good right now? Well, let me give you 5 reasons, starting with constant buffs. Over the past year, this hero has received an enormous amount of buffs, including an upgraded Aghanims and a hero rework, which has resulted in massive buffs to its early game, massive buffs to its mid game, and even bigger buffs with all the new item changes, and with proximity mines doing massive damage to towers, buildings, and enemy ancient. It means high ground and ending the game whenever you want is all that much easier with this hero. On to point number 2. This hero is a monster harasser in the laning stage. So what you can see in this lovely chart is every single hero's base attack range, and guess who is the highest? That's right, Techies, with a whopping 700 base attack range. Now combine this with the recent change to Techies being a universal hero and every stat increasing universal hero's base damage, combine that 700 range with the universal hero change and you have a broken harasser. Not to mention the current meta where there's an increase in melee carries with Slardar being popular, Anti-Mage, Spectre, Abaddon, Tiny, Kunkka, Phantom Lancer, Faceless Void, and Slark. All these melee safe lane carries get absolutely dumpstered by Techies. As you can see, his range is completely obnoxious and leads to some really easy early kills if you have a good laner. And if the melee carry decides to go on you, guess what? You have a disarm. Not only a single disarm, multiple disarms if they keep hitting you, and then it explodes in an AoE. And if the enemy team decides to gank you, you probably already leveled up to 6, you hopefully have a good offlaner, and you can very easily with his tool set get multiple kills. And that's why this hero is a monster harasser. Which leads on to point number 3. This hero's monster early and mid game. As soon as you're near the 10-minute mark and you start to move from the laning stage into the early game, this hero excels at rotating around the map and ganking both the mid lane and off lane. Another amazing thing in the early and mid game is you're able to stop the carry farming. You can sneak round to where the enemy safe lane typically likes to farm safely, plant a shed ton of proximity mines. Just like in this clip here, the anti-mage wants to walk through the tree line, but look at what's waiting for him, some lovely proximity mines, and this anti-mage actually decided to go back in, try and hit one of the mines to destroy it, and didn't realise, yes, there are 2 mines there, and he exploded. And as you get close to the 25 to 30 minute mark and the game starts to evolve into the mid to late game, you should at least have Glimmer Cape, if not Glimmer Cape and Aghanims. Put a couple of proximity mines on the high ground, and if you've got your Aghs, you can slam it down and cause absolute chaos. And you can see in this clip, I literally get a 4-man wipe on my own. Which leads me on to point number 4, the AoE Disarm. If you didn't already know, Reactive Taser has had a couple of reworks, and if you were unclear, essentially what the spell is now is a 6-second 60 mana cost at all levels AoE Disarm. You activate Reactive Taser, enemy carries attack you, they get disarmed for up to 3.3 seconds, and if they attack you again, they get disarmed again. And it doesn't have to be used offensively, it can be used defensively to save your teammates, prevent an enemy gank, not to mention the Aghanim Shard, which allows Reactive Taser to be cast on any of your allied heroes. So you can cast Reactive Taser on your initiator, they can jump in and explode and cause an AoE Disarm. Which leads me to my last point. Techies is just fun, and I think a lot of people forget that about Dota 2. They get so involved in how important the games are to win and obsess over MMR, they forget to actually have fun. And if your idea of fun is not getting skewered into a minefield while the enemy team runs around with panic on their faces and you simply explode the whole entire team, Glimmer Cape and teleport away, then I think there's something wrong with you. And eventually when you get to the highest levels of skill with this hero, you can pull off some of the most devastating combos in the entire game, which you can see more of on the Techies official YouTube channel, which I would very highly recommend if you like to see meta heroes completely exploded with some high level Dota gameplay. Thanks for watching guys, peace out.